So you know what really bothers me? In Modern Warfare 3, we have so many positives, and I have a whole video I have recorded. It's a little bit long, it's a little bit juvenile, but it's a video of things I love about Modern Warfare 3. We have so many positive things to say about Modern Warfare 3, and by we, I mean me, and by me, I mean, yeah, hi, I'm here. I'm making a little commentary because I really want to make a commentary, and I have a day off, so I'm doing it. So, Modern Warfare 3 can't help but have this stain, and I feel like it's one of those things in a Call of Duty game that's just going to be a problem until the game is out of life cycle and we don't really care anymore. Not to say that you can't go back and play Modern Warfare 3, it actually does not become an unusable piece of lemonware the moment Black Ops 6 drops. It just, you know, for people like me, it might as well. So, either way. Aftermarket parts and Modern Warfare 2 guns. Let's start with Modern Warfare 2 guns because, well, they came first. They were the first problem in this game. They were not balanced for this game. And partly I thought it was intentional that for the preseason and maybe throughout Season 1, put a big emphasis on the new weapons so it didn't feel like year 2 of the same game. It almost felt like a novelty to go and use like a Scar L or an M4 from Modern Warfare 2, the last year's COD game, in Modern Warfare 3, the current year's COD game. It felt weird, it felt wrong, and I think they wanted to incentivize me to go use other newer guns, right? Like, that's kind of what it felt like. I think a lot of you will say the same thing. It felt like they didn't want us to spend the opening months of the new game using last game's guns. Fair enough. But as time goes on with Call of Duty, it's Call of Duty, and if you played it for years, what you start to crave is variety. You want to do weird combinations, you want to see what works, you want to see what's meta, you want to see what's not. And it's so strange to me that the Modern Warfare 2 weapons have never just gotten a total, complete overhaul. I'm not sure how easy this would be. They've done little things, like they've reduced visual recoil and visual smoke. They have buffed certain Modern Warfare 2 weapons. For instance, the WA-2000, which couldn't even get a one-shot kill to the head, now can, but only up to like 18 meters. This is a sniper rifle, by the way, what the fuck? But that's what I'm saying, like, they've done these odd little changes here and there, like, oh, now this gun is sort of competitive now, or now this gun's sort of competitive now. But all of the Modern Warfare 2 guns' attachments and the guns themselves feel like they belong in a different game. They're not balanced for Modern Warfare 3's health pool and meta, and that's obviously not a good thing. There's not much to say here. There's a very simple commentary. How has this not been fixed throughout the entire life cycle of this game? Sledgehammer, you've done so well with post-launch support this year. What happened? Where did you drop the ball? I know you don't want to de-incentivize people from using new stuff, but we already have a good incentive to use the new stuff. It's new. Like, Modern Warfare 2 had guns that were similar to the ACR, but you put the ACR in the form of the MCW into Modern Warfare 3. If I want an ACR, I'm going to use the MCW. If I want that style of rifle, I'm going to use that rifle. You don't need to de-incentivize me from using the ISO Hemlock, even though a lot of people sort of drew that comparison because it's very similar to the ACR, ICR type archetype in Call of Duty games. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason to do that. Like, the SA-545, I'm pretty sure is what it's called, is a really awesome assault rifle. Glad it's in the game, love using it. Weird, nightmarish, ugly AN-94 wannabe. But what's wrong with the Kastovs? What about the Kastov 762 or the Kastov 545? Like, what's wrong with those? Why did those take so long to get any changes, and why were the changes so minimal? Like, what if I just want to use an RPK? Why is that a problem? So this was an issue, and I know this was the first Call of Duty that ever had to deal with the previous development team's weapons, but you had all year. You've had all year since last October to fix this, and you haven't. And honestly, you know what? Can't believe I'm saying this. I love the amount of guns in this game. Let me just, clarify this. Personally, I love the amount of guns in this game, even if they're not meta. Meta schmeta, I do love the amount of customization. This is one of the best FPS games I've ever just gotten to customize weapons in, with detailed stats, so many different attachments, so many different guns. It feels overwhelming in a good way for me. But this many months in, I kind of just wish that Modern Warfare 3 had its own weapon roster, and only its own weapon roster. I think that would have made Modern Warfare 3 feel more new, and I think it would have made it feel less gimmicky. And if Modern Warfare 3 was going to be this weird monstrosity Call of Duty game with all of Modern Warfare 2's weapons, here's a hot take. Why can't I have all of Modern Warfare 2's maps? You put the guns in here poorly with all of their camos that I can even put on MW3 guns. Awesome, thank you, love that, actually love that, not being sarcastic. But we only have like 5 MW2 maps. You added so many unique and interesting maps to MW2 throughout its life cycle last year. I mean, Infinity Ward did, but yeah, last year, MW2 got a lot of interesting maps that I can't play in MW3, but I don't want to go back to the now outdated mechanics and smaller weapon roster of MW2 and shitty perk system of MW2 to experience those maps. So if Modern Warfare 3 is going to be a monstrosity that's sort of unbalanced and weird, I kind of wish they would have gone full send and given us too much of everything instead of here's all the weapons and we'll slowly make some of them work and also make really perplexing changes to others throughout the life cycle. Next thing I'm going to talk about here is the aftermarket parts. What the fuck's going on with these, Sledgehammer? For every aftermarket part that is cool and unique and changes the weapon in a way that makes sense, you have something like the Jack Patriot kit or the single fire Renetti kit. I have a question, what the hell's wrong with you? You realize this game has like 8 bazillion weapons, right? Like you could have just made these either separate guns or just regular old attachments. You actually didn't need to make them these weird, ugly, machine 3D printed looking aftermarket parts. And this is a small part of this rant, but I need to get this out right now. Making all of your aftermarket parts, or most of them, this ugly white plasticky 3D printed look is stupid. Especially for something like a full auto conversion for an MP5 or M16. I don't want to sound like one of those gun nut horse girls that just goes on about the realistic logistics of firearms, because I actually don't want to be the most annoying person on the planet, but does anybody really feel like we needed a plastic looking 3D printed looking barrel for the M16 to make it go full auto? I don't think we needed that. You limit my customization. Like now I can't use a barrel attachment if I want my M16 full auto. I have a question for you. They have these gross plasticky looking conversion kits to make a Renetti fire single fire but bad, or have an MP5 go from 3-round burst to full auto. You added an underbarrel chainsaw, and it would be really cool to have an underbarrel chainsaw, except it's covered in this gross plasticky looking stuff, so aesthetically it's just kind of barf. I feel like AI generated and 3D printed are buzzwords that are gonna get tossed around the idea rooms of all the places that make the media we enjoy for a while. So, ooh, this is 3D printed and this is AI generated. You know, back in Advanced Warfare, I think there was a weapon that 3D printed its own ammunition, as funny as that is. Like, and that was kind of like a nod to current tech. It's been like 10 years. God help us, and this is the play. Okay, I hate this. This is bad. And I'm really just complaining because I'd love to make something that looks like this full auto, but I can't because it has to look like this. It's a fucking horror movie. Anyway, yeah, that's my complaint. Honestly, those are my 2 biggest issues with Modern Warfare 3 at this current point in its life cycle, guys. I'd love to have more issues. I'd love to be able to complain about the game more for you all. I know a lot of you would love it if I just tore this game a new one for every single flaw it has, but these are the only flaws I really end up bumping into that upset me. I don't get why the aftermarket parts have been added in such a weird, narrow way. And you know, if I was gonna like add on a complaint, and I am, it's even more bizarre how many of these aftermarket parts came out just bad. So many of the aftermarket parts lock you out of using good attachments, or they just hurt the gun's performance and aren't worth using. And like every time I watch an exclusive Ace video about a new like aftermarket part, he seems more and more perplexed as to why the hell did it release like that. But either way, that's the end of my video. Just my tangent. I don't get it. Aftermarket parts, Modern Warfare 2 guns, and attachments. I don't get it. Am I right, gamers? It doesn't make any sense to me. But you know what does make sense? Hitting the bell icon to get notified when I go live, subscribing, liking, commenting. Tell me your least favorite thing about Modern Warfare 3 and your most favorite thing about Modern Warfare 3. And if you leave one of those comments that's like, my favorite thing was uninstalling it and my least favorite thing was buying it, I'm gonna ban you from my comment section, because at least be original if you're gonna be annoying. See you when I see you guys. Goodbye.